Oprah spoke with Hoda Kotb on the Today Show. It's about her new special premiering tonight for free on Apple TV+. Let's take a look.
It's not only ravaging our community, but people who have pre-existing conditions. I am still concerned about myself, Hoda, from pneumonia, because my lungs never really fully cleared. I'm like, lock the door, nobody else coming in here.
So the special airs tonight for free, I said, on Apple TV Plus and on the OWN network starting at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Some of the guests include Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, CNN host Van Jones, doctors, and people actually living with the virus. Jennifer Hudson is also planning to perform. I always learn from you, Cobb, but Erica, you've taught me a lot about sort of the housing and what the historical context is of why we're in this crisis disproportionately with Black people. Can you give us just like a little insight on that?
Well, you know, I think that Oprah is probably one of the most appropriate people to be having this town hall, so to speak.
Yeah.
One, because she has the resources and the contacts to get people who are really on the front lines, the most knowledgeable about this topic. But also, Oprah has done something in terms of breaking the racial and socioeconomic breaks in our society. She speaks to everyone. And I do think that this is a conversation that needs to be had in front of, as we like to call it, company, because everyone needs to understand what is happening with the Black community as it pertains to COVID. When we're having these very one-sided conversations, and Lindsay, I know we've had conversations about this, so I want to make sure that you get in here. When we have these conversations, we need to have them, if we're going to talk about the pre-existing conditions, we also have to talk about the historical healthcare disparities. If we're going to talk about the proximity, we have to talk about black belting and redlining. There's so many things that have a very full picture, but we're only hearing pieces, which is the reason why it's so polarizing in the community.
Lindsay, I want to get your opinion on this because you and I have also spoken about this. I learned from both of you. What do you feel?
And I think it's important, like Erica said, to have allies and make it not just a Black conversation. And I want to note that I think Oprah at this point would be remiss if she didn't jump in the conversation. We've seen people like Magic Johnson, who just started partaking in this all-in challenge, that's donating his time, and other celebrities that are donating their money towards helping raise money for this. We see Van Jones and Jay-Z get together and send masks to prisons. And so if we're not going to do something about our own community and use our talent and entertainment to bring people together to understand whether they are Black or not, to come together and solve the problem, then we're going to just continue to have this problem every time there's a crisis. And I said before that, you know, when someone catches the flu, America catches the flu, Black people catch pneumonia, and that's what we're seeing when we look at Hurricane Katrina and we saw how bad it hit people of color, and then we see something like this, how bad it's hitting people of color. We have to remember that it's an all of us thing. We can't just allow people of color to constantly get hit the hardest.
Man, very well said. Very good analogy.